Crime Curious is a true crime podcast that takes an in-depth look into real cases through the lens of a trained investigator and former prosecutor turned judge.
If you are sensitive to expletives, anatomical descriptions, and accurate descriptions of crime scenes, this podcast may not be suitable for you.
Welcome to Crime Curious. I'm Charnell, and welcome special guest Wes to the studio today.
How's everybody doing?
Oh, I hope on this hump day they're doing as good as we are. It is hump day after work.
Yeah.
Megan had a prior event, so our scheduling this week was a little tough. So we tagged in Wes, and I am so grateful to have you because Brain Bath Jason is recovering.
I've heard it's been very difficult.
It was. He went under the knife for one of the most simple surgeries there is. But if you ask him about it, and next week I'm sure we will, it was a near-death experience for him, even though from the time he went to the hospital to the time he got home was like 3.5 hours. I mean, his wife was texting me in no time. It was like, he did fine. Her actual words were, he did fine, all went well, and he's out. Now, he's just being a man-child. Wah, wah, it hurts. Wah, wah.
Yes. I can handle pain, but now if I get a man cold,
you
might as well
forget about it.
Funeral arrangements, yeah.
I think I've been saying more prayers for Nancy than I have for Jason because today I talked to him and he said, yes, you can let the listeners know that, I'm fine. He's still not sitting upright. He's still in the supine position. And he said, tell them that it is comparable pain to when I shut my dick in the freezer, just longer lasting.
He shut his dick in the freezer?
He did.
How does one shut their dick in a freezer?
When you are...
why would your dick be out if you're...
Right. So I can explain it to you, but not as funny as Jason can explain it to you. So you'll have to re-ask him someday.
I'll have to ask him.
But essentially what happened is he was standing in front of a chest freezer, and he's 6'2" or something like that. I mean, I think he exaggerates a little bit, but he's over 6 foot.
Yes.
Yes, and he was wearing the world's thinnest sweatpants.
Okay.
They can't even qualify as sweatpants. They're
like lounging pants.
Yes.
Very thin, very comfortable.
And very old. Right, he's had them for years.
I own parents like that.
Yes, because, it's just a quiet weekend morning.
And he's like, let's go to the freezer.
Yes, he went to go get something out of the freezer. Long story short, he's bending over. Then he stands upright, and the lid of the freezer shuts before he anticipates, right on his manhood. And the sound he made was that of like a donkey hee-hawing. And when he does it in the microphone, it's hysterical.
Okay, so if we have time for it, I have a story similar to that. Would you like to hear it?
Yes, always.
Okay.
Let's open with a brain bath. Why not?
All right, so when I lived by myself, I had a very tiny little place I called the Cabana.
Okay.
And I had a very small bathroom, and I had gotten done in the shower, and I was going to sit on the toilet to, I believe, trim my nail, my toenails.
Mm-hmm. Good hygiene.
Good hygiene. I live by myself. I can be naked,
Absolutely.
And so I put down the toilet seat, then the toilet lid, and then when I sit down, my old man testicles kind of go over the lid and get squished between the lid, so pinched. And as I extract myself, I realize that I am bleeding.
Oh, no.
And I've got white tile and I'm bleeding. And the ball blood is probably the reddest blood you've ever seen in your life. So I'm holding a towel. I'm getting dizzy. I don't like my own blood. And I'm like, if somebody finds me, they're never going to figure out what the hell was going on.
They're not, because it also probably coagulates really quickly.
Oh, God. It was just,
And
I'm like, please don't pass out. Please don't pass out.
Right.
And I'm like, I went to call someone. I'm like, who am I going to call? I don't want anybody to find me.
Who do you call? The only acceptable person woman is like your mother.
Well, yeah, but
you know,
I thought about that, but like, Mom, come quick! I'm bleeding from my balls,
and I'm a 48-year-old man. Right.
Yeah.
But at the same token, moms love us no matter what.
They
so
do.
she would come to your aid
yes.
with no judgment. The rest of us would be laughing hysterically.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I would help you,
Yeah.
but I would laugh hysterically the whole way.
I have a lot of friends that would help me, but again, they would laugh.
Pictures first, then help.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yes,
it is quite.
But I would have to be standing on a step ladder to shut my dick in the freezer.
Something you never have to worry
No,
about.
I don't think it's ever going to happen.
Nope, not unless you are standing in front of one of the world's shortest freezers.
Yeah.
Yep, I think you're safe from that one.
I'm safe.
But
I can cross that one off the list.
He did want me to let everybody know, like, he survived. He will have plenty of war stories. You know how I'm sure it was touch and go there for a while, and then that it was comparable to that pain. I stopped myself from reminding him I had 3 of these surgeries and I was fine the next day, and didn't take the also because I'm a woman, they just gave me Tylenol with codeine.
Yeah, you said he got good drugs.
He got
and
Oxy.
everything. Oh man,
yeah.
see?
He did, and I'm like, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
He sent me a picture of his little incision. I'm like, oh, that's so cute.
Yes.
So, now picture that all the way across your abdomen, and then within minutes of sewing you up, they just hand you an infant and say, here, breastfeed this and keep it alive for the next 18 years.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's how we handle women here.
Well, women are much much stronger than men, much more able to handle pain.
I think we have
men
to be.
are pussies.
Yeah. Love you guys so much, but you really can't handle. And it's all relative. I think that.
Well, yeah, we don't. Yeah,
you don't have the babies, so you don't have
that. If men had babies, we would slowly go into extinction. We would not.
Yes. We would have so much less population.
There would be a lot less people on the planet.
There'd be more trees and less people. It's for sure. Oh man. Anyway, do you want me to tell you a true crime case today? Because that's why you're here.
Yes, I do. We've talked enough about Jason's dick.
I guess.
I think we can.
He would probably disagree. He'd be like, no, go on. No. By the way, he did try to tell the listeners he was getting a penile reduction. And weirdly, no one believed him. That was shocking, actually. No one thought that was maybe a possibility. Yeah, I have a great case for you today. Okay. It's actually out of the UK. Okay. And just fair warning that I wrote this when I was feeling some kind of way about perpetrators. Because, the shit that goes on here is... pretty wild. It is. You're going to love it. Is there going to be an opportunity for me to go, hello, governor? You can at any time. Okay. It also has Godfather vibes. Ooh, like British mob. Okay. Godfather wannabe vibes all throughout it. Yeah. Special thanks to Kate for this suggestion. She also brought us a case that we covered, I think last month, called the Philpott Fire, which was a horrible tragedy about a man who lit his own house on fire and killed 6 of his children. Oh, geez. But yes, she has sent us some really great UK cases. So she sent us this one as well. And there are several different ways that I could have started this story because there are multiple murders and players involved. But I think what makes the most sense is to truly start where it all began, okay? So this whole mess traces back to a decades-long feud between two apparently I'm getting some sort of accent here. 2 rival gang drug families in Manchester, England. Okay. Those 2 families were called the Shorts and the Atkinsons. The Shorts and the Atkinsons. Okay, yes. So we know who's who. Yep. And they have spent generations proving that poor decision-making can, in fact, be hereditary. I agree with that. We have seen that in our small town, haven't we? Yes, we have. Especially in the jobs that we do. Yes. In May 2012, the decades-long tension between these 2 families finally decided to stop simmering and go full pressure cooker. Ooh. Yes. Now picture this, everybody. Teresa Atkinson. She is the queen of the Atkinson clan, okay? She's the matriarch. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. And she's at a pub in Greater Manchester, celebrating a Manchester City Premier League title win, like she personally coached the team.
Okay.
Okay, this is soccer, of course.
Yes. Well, don't they call it football over there?
They do.
Okay.
They do. It's soccer here.
Soccer.
You're absolutely right,
Yes,
and I should have wrote that in my notes. I went off script, and
I've seen Green Street Hooligans. I know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. In a moment of pure hold my drink brilliance, she hauls off and she smacks a guy named Raymond Young. Now, Raymond just happens to be from the Short family.
Oh, does she know this?
I don't know.
Oh, he seems
I
like
tried
she
to find this.
would.
I think so. She's the matriarch, and it's been a
know
decade.
the players.
She does. It's
Come
decade-long feud. She absolutely knows who's who, okay? Now, never one to miss an opportunity to make a bad situation worse. Raymond bitch slaps her right back.
Oh, he's like, okay, come get some.
Yep.
All right.
I don't care if you're the matriarch.
Yeah.
You're going to get it.
And she's top dog.
Yep.
Okay.
And that was it.
And that probably wasn't good for him.
Sure wasn't, because as you can imagine, Mama Teresa, well, she was not going to tolerate such violence against her, even if she did start it. So with a red cheek and a bruised ego, she whipped out her phone, and she texted her son, Leon.
Leon? Is Leon going to turn out to be a badass? Leon?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay. Thank you.
No. She texts Leon, like, I'm going to summon a medieval army, okay?
And then Leon shows up.
Yeah, right. I mean, well, I think she knows. Leon will know who to contact.
He's got.
right?
I got a guy for that.
Yes, exactly.
Like
because
you got a furnace guy. I got a guy that's
Yes,
going to whoop your ass.
no one named Leon is going to take the
You never hear
family
it, they go,
feud.
Leon's coming. And
Right,
everybody's
like,
oh,
whoa.
shit, it's Leon.
Hell no. No. Instead, people are like, I need my taxes done. Oh, hey, call Leon.
Yeah, call Leon. Yeah.
Yep. So she's demanding revenge on the Short
obviously.
family. All right. Now, Leon was all, thou shalt not strike the cheek of thy mother.
Oh, I get that.
Yep. And with tears in his eyes shed over the broken capillaries on his mother's cheek, Leon knows that he is too soft, too much of a mama's boy to do the job.
So he's got to call somebody.
Yeah. So he texts his bestie,
Okay, what's Bestie's name?
Dale Cregan.
Oh,
All right.
Dale Cregan.
That's right. Now, Dale.
Dale sounds like a badass.
Dale, you're going to laugh that you said that because
Dale is not a badass?
no, he is, but he has a look about him that we'll get to later
Okay.
that it absolutely makes him look like he's a badass, but he's still a wanker.
Okay, all right. A wanker. Okay.
Yes. So Dale's like, oh, hell no. No one strikes my bestie's mama and gets away with it, even if she did throw the first strike.
Right.
So I will defend the honor of your mama's cheek, Leon. Mark my words, they will pay. Or something like that. That's not a direct quote.
That's not a direct, but it's probably relatively close.
I think it's close, yeah. Now, apparently for Dale, though, revenge is a dish best served cold because it took him 2 weeks to deliver his revenge dish. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And it wasn't that well cooked, Wes. Okay?
Wasn't done.
It wasn't thought out.
It wasn't.
It wasn't done. It was not thought
Dale
out.
kind of a dum-dum.
Dale, well, let's just say he didn't get all the smarts in his family. I think they might have went to someone else.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Dale walks into the Cotton Tree Pub
I like it. All right.
in Droylsden. All right. He knows that the patriarch, David Short, and his son, Mark Short, were inside having a drink. Okay?
A pint.
Yes, they were. Absolutely. It's so true. God, missed opportunities. This is why I need you.
Yes.
Yes.
It's got like some modern Peaky Blinders going.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think that they're probably sharing a butterbeer, something like that.
Okay.
That was a little Harry Potter reference. And Dale has more guns than he does brain cells because he didn't actually bother to check to see if his targets were sitting ducks before entering.
Oh.
So he comes in barreling. Yes, like Rambo with his gun, right? He's no shit wearing a baklava. All right?
Okay.
And he opens fire on Mark Short,
Okay.
who was having a drink at the bar.
Okay.
David, the dad, however, Mr., patriarch
He's
Short.
the main guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wasn't sitting with Mark because he happened to be in the pisser relieving himself.
Oh, okay.
So he's not caught in the crossfire as intended.
Okay.
Oh, right.
That's bad planning on
It.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dale, like with his baklava, just coming in, trying
Just
to fuck
kicked
shit
in
up.
Yeah.
Didn't think it through. So Dale Cregan does kill Mark Short. And then he throws a grenade on his remains, which ends up being his calling card. I told you, he thinks he's Rambo.
Okay.
And during this grenade situation, he injures 3 other men. John Collins, Michael Belcher, and Ryan Pritting.
Okay.
Because they were also in the pub at the
All
time.
members of the Short organization?
No,
No?
from my understanding, they are collateral damage because they happen to be having a pint too.
Just having a good time. Okay.
And I mean, man, for all the times we've walked
And
into
he
a
threw
pub.
a grenade on the body?
He did, and I don't think these are very large grenades based on, this isn't the first time he will do this.
Okay.
And
I don't think I would want any size grenade thrown on me. But.
that is a fair point, my friend.
But
that's
I don't know.
true. But buildings aren't coming down with these
Right.
grenades.
This isn't, yeah.
So I don't know if they're homemade. I'm not sure.
That could be. That
But
could
like on Home Alone with the wet bandits with their calling card being they turn the water on.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Dale's is a grenade.
He just tosses a grenade. Okay.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep. So what do you think happens now?
Well, I think Dale's probably in big trouble.
Yeah.
Not with the law, but with
Nope.
the Shorts, because he
Yeah.
fucked up.
You're absolutely right.
Because he's just in there. He's just taking a piss. He comes out and his boy's dead.
Yes.
So I'm guessing David is.
All over a cousin, Raymond, slapping Mama Short.
Yeah.
Right? Excuse me, Mama Atkinson.
Okay.
All right? That's what Mark just died from because one of his cousins slapped the mother.
Mama Teresa.
Yes, Mama Teresa of the Atkinson family.
Okay.
So, of course, as you predicted, the Short family now want revenge on the Cregan family. Now, interestingly enough, I'm sure they also wanted revenge on the Atkinson family, but I didn't focus on that
It was more
because
of the Cregans.
yeah, the Creegans are I'm trying to, they're not, this isn't even the main story of the case.
Okay.
This is just leading up to the case.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't include where I am sure the Shorts were like, thou will pay,
Right.
to the Atkinsons as well. But we're going to focus on how they came after the Cregan family.
Okay.
And this avengement plot is starting to get old. I understand. There's just a whole lot
There's a
of
lot going on.
retribution
I get
back
it.
and forth. Yep. So David Short made multiple threats against Dale Cregan's family,
Mm-hmm.
including, and this is not cool, David, but he was threatening to rape Dale Cregan's son and sister. So
That's a little too far, David.
it's a lot.
I mean,
Yep.
dial it back a little bit.
Right.
I understand revenge, but when we start raping children,
Yep. Thank you. Yep. We have, that's a problem.
time out.
That's a problem. Yep. I mean, I know we're all like Godfather over here and
Yeah.
usually, butcher some people,
I
like
wanted
cut
to
them up.
harm people,
I don't
but
know.
I've never been like, I'm going to rape your son.
No. Right. That's like a whole different level of
I did
revenge.
threaten to shoot a guy and then kill his pets. But I wasn't going to have sex with them.
Sure. That puts you in a different category.
Different category.
The 7 levels of hell.
Right.
That one puts you just at a
Yeah,
level
but
up.
I've never
Right. Yes.
yeah, when we're done here, I'm going to go rape your children.
No.
But so, okay.
So, of course, in the background of all this, Dale is wanted for the murder of Mark Short.
Oh, yeah, I'm guessing
I
he
mean,
yeah.
they know who done it, right?
So he's got the Bobbies after him.
Yeah, he does. Yes.
I actually met a real life Bobby
Did you?
in Washington, D.C. It
Oh.
was really cool.
And did he have a beautiful accent?
It was actually a female.
Of course it was.
And she had, because we happened to be at a museum and I heard her talking and I knew and so we went up and said, hey, are you? And they're like, yeah. And so it was a very, yes.
That's great.
It was fun. I have a patch. I can't remember now the name of the department she worked for, but I have a patch. It was a really neat.
Oh, that's cool.
And when I shook his hand. I didn't really converse with him, but like the uniform, they had the hat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Oh, neat. So here, not poor Dale. I mean, he's still a murderer.
Right, yeah.
But he's found himself marinating in the brine of his own bad decisions. No, Dale has not. And he's pretty offended that David has threatened that. Okay. But again, here he is just marinating in his own brine of bad decisions.
Right.
Like I said, like he he can't keep his family safe and be on the run at the same
That's
time.
got to be a little difficult.
Yeah, he decides, I'm going to flee to Thailand because, like you do when you're in trouble, right?
Okay, is that where you go?
Apparently, that's where Dale went anyway.
So Dale went to Thailand. Okay.
He immediately goes to Thailand, and then the threats start happening. And he's calling the Bobby. He's trying to tell him, you need to protect my family. I mean, I'm not willing to turn myself in, but
right, yeah.
Hey,
what I should do is turn myself in.
Yeah, but you need to take the threats against
I'm
my
a little
family
busy
safe.
with the Thai lady boys.
Sure, exactly.
Which I don't know. I just
Right. I'm sure the conversation went something like, listen, I know I did a thing that's frowned upon by shooting someone, then throwing a whole ass grenade on his body, injuring others.
Right.
I'm going to really need you to do me a solid and keep my family safe because I muckered up this fight.
Yeah,
right. That wasn't my fight to begin with,
right.
by the way.
But he kind of included. He
did. He inserted himself. Yep.
Probably to get some clout with the...
I am certain of it. Because dude was making himself some pretty good loot through all this, by the way.
Oh, Dale was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm wondering, like, is he just like, well, good luck, everybody. I'm off to
I'm
Thailand.
out.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
He's
like, toodaloo.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
by the way, make sure my family's safe.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to be gone for a while. You want to keep track of everybody for me? Oh, by the way, he wants to rape my son, but
yeah.
Toodles.
So, but that's your problem because those are threats and that's illegal.
I got places to go.
Now, as you can imagine, the police, well, they don't take the threats as seriously as Dale wanted. All right?
Okay.
I'm not sure what he expected, but he decides, fine, if the police are not going to do their job and keep my family safe, I guess I'll come back from Thailand.
Okay.
And he is arrested as he lands because, police doing police things and they know when people are flying.
What makes you think he wasn't going to get nicked, by the way? That's what the lady told me. Nick him.
Nick
They
him.
nick him.
Oh,
When they take him into custody, they nick him.
They did.
Yeah, they nicked him.
They nicked Dale.
Okay. So
yep,
now
right
Dale,
in the bud.
So now Dale's locked up.
Dale is. He's arrested in June when he lands back in the United Kingdom.
What year did we?
2012.
2012.
Yep,
Okay, thank
yep,
you. I forgot.
that's
that.
okay.
Okay.
Listen, he's arrested when he comes back to the United Kingdom, but, and this is a big but, he was released on bond after questioning. Now, he was, and this is a decision that the magistrates still defend to this day because laws. The law would not allow for him to be kept on the charges that they had him on they needed more investigating. They needed more information to be able to keep him without bond. Okay. Now, so this is where the police muckered it up, right?
I would say so.
Yeah, they didn't do.
It's very unusual.
Yeah, they didn't get the right.
I like the word muckered, by the way. Where does that come from?
I don't know. I just love to say it.
Is it a real word?
Possibly not. I invent them on this show.
It's all muckered
It's all muckered up.
I like it.
And it really is because there are specific laws that would have allowed him, had they had the right evidence,
correct,
to have him be kept without bond.
Plus, are the cops like, it's two crime families?
I wondered that myself, like truly. But at the same token, they must know they'll reoffend. But at the same time, they're like, they're just taking each other out.
Yeah. Dirtbag on dirtbag crime.
Right. This is feeling very Shakespearean.
There are certain people that, like in our area, that our computer system, report writing system, will not allow them to be placed as a victim. Spits their name right back at us.
Yep. I believe that.
Yeah.
So he is out on bond.
Okay.
And eventually they do get the right information that the magistrate needs to keep him without bond.
And they called Dale and he's like, I'll be right in.
Well, that's just it. That's just it.
Yeah.
Detective
I'll
West.
just finish my tea and, crumpets?
My tea and crumpets. I'll be right down.
I'll be right down.
I'll be down there lickety-split.
max, I'll be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
When police go to rearrest him, he could not be found. Because by now, he's moved his family out of his home into a hotel in an attempt to lay low.
Okay.
And to keep his family safe, because in his opinion, the police were not doing enough to keep his family safe from the Short family.
Fair enough.
So, and I just want to keep reminding everybody, this man is not related to the Shorts or the Atkinsons. He just literally
now, is he
inserted
in there,
himself.
But he is in there
He must be
crime
on their
family,
payroll.
Like yeah.
He's got to be on their payroll because
payroll.
remember Leon, his bestie,
Leah, okay.
text him and was like,
But
"Bro, I
still,
need you."
Yeah, but he, probably realistically, anybody would have said,
Let's maybe not. But
No.
now Dale's got himself in a real pickle, right? Meanwhile, Mama Atkinson by now is probably like, "Do you remember when I was drunk in the pub and slapped that guy?"
yeah.
And he slapped me back, like fun times.
Yeah, hold my beer. Guess what Dale did afterward?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I just feel like this is much more Dale's problem
Yeah,
now
I think
than
at
it
this
is
point
the
it's- I think
Atkinson
at this
family.
point it's Dale's problem, yeah.
Yeah, because he's literally in the middle of a self-created war.
Yes.
Whoops, sorry. And I imagine that it's a little bit of a bitch when you create an unnecessary war upon yourself and your family. So
I would think so.
They're in hiding
Okay. In a hotel.
in a hotel. In August 10th, 2012, Dale went to David Short's home in Clayton.
Okay. And his
And-
intent?
Well, he makes that pretty clear.
Okay, all right.
He shoots him 9 times with a Glock before throwing a grenade and blowing up his body too.
Damn.
Yeah, Dale was
When do I
not
get
done.
to see a picture of Dale?
Oh, I'll show you.
I know what I'm imagining, and then when you show it to me, I'm like, oh, no, really?
And there's one detail.
Okay.
one detail that you're just going to
Oh, boy.
love.
Okay,
You're going to
all right.
love about Dale.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, Sharon Hart, well, not unfortunately,
No.
but Sharon Hark, now she was at the residence with David Short as well. She was injured, but she did live. And
Okay.
I couldn't find what her connection to David was. I'm assuming lover. Yes.
Lover, yes. Mistress.
I'm not sure. I doubt she was there selling knives. She probably wasn't doing his taxes.
Yeah.
So after the bloody attack, accomplices helped hide Dale Cregan.
Oh, okay.
So police are still not immediately able to find and arrest him. Now, ain't that some shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Because, he's now committed 2 separate major murders,
yeah.
where other people have gotten injured.
Got hurt also. Okay.
So what do we know about Dale? I want to tell you a little bit of what I could find. According to the internets and Wikipedia specifically, Dale Cregan was born at Tameside General Hospital, which is ironic considering he's nothing but tame.
He's not, yeah.
June 6th, 1983.
Okay.
His mom was Anita Cregan and his dad, Paul Cregan. His dad was just a tool setter from Manchester.
Okay. Just normal working class.
Yes. He is one of 3 siblings. He has an older brother, Dean, who was born 2 years earlier, and then a younger sister that was born just after him. And then his father, the tool setter, well, he had just had enough of the family, so he just went and left the family. Mm-hmm.
He went to get milk and
never came home. Mm-hmm. And he his father ends up marrying a former policewoman with the Greater Manchester Police.
Really?
Yes, which is interesting considering what happens later.
Yeah, okay.
Dale Cregan attended the now defunct Little Moss High School in Droylsden.
Okay.
So, and while in high school, he began dealing cannabis and reportingly, yes, cannabis. He's a marijuana dealer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And this is where he developed, or was said to develop, a quote-unquote bad fetish for knives. So he just likes knives.
So likes to sell weed.
Yes, likes to
Big
play with
into
knives.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then he gets real into firearms. And he possesses around 10 weapons, including machine guns by the age of 22.
Oh, okay. All right.
Then he's like, listen, cannabis isn't enough. Knives aren't enough.
I need more.
Machine guns aren't enough.
I need more.
Let's deal some cocaine.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and it was the cocaine market, where he really started to make the money.
Okay.
So he always gave his official job as a plasterer, which I don't think was his porn name. I think that he was truly indicating that he was a construction worker laying plaster, like on walls.
I've always been told it's your middle name and the street you grew up on.
That is absolutely
so
true.
Mine, unfortunately, would be Adam Gilbert. So
That's
just
a great one.
What kind of porn do? I know what it sounds like to me.
Adam Gilbert. It sounds like you're having very, very boring missionary white man sex.
Okay. Yeah. Like, yeah. T-shirts on. I've still got my socks.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what that says. If
guessing
I was scrolling, Wes, if I was scrolling through the porn.
I get on Pornhub and I type missionary style with your shirt on. I wonder if there's a
What was it? Adam what?
Adam Gilbert.
Adam Gilbert.
Adam
Yep,
Gilbert,
yep.
yeah.
Do you want to know what mine is?
Yes.
D. Watson. I sound like
That
a
sounds like a
sexy
Southern-
detective.
I was thinking like this D. Watson.
D.
Do I
Watson.
get all up in this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't yeah.
Jason's is Ed Pinehurst.
I like
Now,
that one.
That one.
Ed Pinehurst.
Yep, we actually have a candle. We have a listener who makes candles for us based on some of our funny names and shit. We have a candle called Ed Pinehurst.
I love it.
Yep. So it is.
Okay.
It's
all
a
right.
whole thing that
Okay.
we've talked about on this podcast. So we are
all right.
very well aware of how you find your porn name.
Okay.
And I love that for you.
Yeah, Adam Gilbert. Okay.
Speaking,
Okay.
this is such perfect segue. Speaking of nicknames, do you want to know what Dale Cregan's nickname is?
I do.
He is known as One Eye due to missing his entire left eye.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Can you imagine? Like, now picture it.
Okay.
Now it's bringing it into focus.
Does he have
He has
an eye patch?
no. I was disappointed. He has a glass eye.
I know a lady, and I probably shouldn't say her name.
No,
but
probably
it was
not.
one, we used to call her one-eyed, and she would often not wear a patch, and she did not have a replacement, and it looked like it was halfway back in her head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, for this guy,
But he's got like the glass eye that doesn't move with the other
he
one.
does. And
Nice.
they made him take it out during his later court hearing because they believed that he was trying to smuggle stuff into prison in his eye socket.
Oh, shit.
So a lot of the pictures from his court hearing is gnarly, man, because he's not wearing, they didn't give him an eye patch.
Nothing. He's just got this.
Yes, he's just raw dog in his eye socket.
So
just
Dale one-eyed. Okay.
yeah,
I like it.
Dale One-Eyed Cregan, you know.
Okay.
The police actually believed it was probably carved out under some pretty intense
Duress.
circumstances.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean he's into the cocaine and arms,
Right.
you know,
I could-
profession,
yeah. So-
right?
Yeah.
And so he told his friends though that it was a result of a brawl,
Brawl.
a brawl,
Donnybrook.
a brawl in Thailand, like real tough and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, I'm like, dude, in reality, did you just like trip and fall on a pool stick? Is that how you really lost
That or he
it?
realized he was with a chick with a stick, and then this chick with a
Maybe.
stick beat his ass.
Yes, for disrespecting
Yeah.
her. Maybe
That's where I'm
the
going.
world may never know, Wes. We may never know.
Yeah, he got his ass kicked by a chick with a stick, wearing a short skirt, balls hanging out.
Probably,
Yeah.
and he doesn't
100%.
want to tell people
No,
because
I wouldn't either.
you
That's
know?
not a cool story.
Yeah. And now the police are like, okay, we had him, we let him go, now he murdered, he
come
blew up more
back.
people, so now we want him again. It's all very toxic. Now, Dale Cregan, he is not done enacting his revenge plot, though.
Oh, he's not done yet?
He's not done. He's
Okay.
not done. And he may have finally settled the bitch slap score for his bestie.
I feel like he's up on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's
Like,
probably
he's
due.
over.
I mean, the goal was take out the patriarch, take out the next in line.
He got that.
And he did, right? But now he's on a personal mission.
He's just like, fuck it, let's do this.
Yeah. And his personal mission, to me, is what the real case is about.
Okay.
Because the next victims are actual innocent victims.
Oh,
like
Dale.
to this point, we have had family feuds where you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Dirtbag
you know?
dirtbag on dirtbag.
Yes. But I'm going to take you to September 18th, 2012, where we have real victims.
Okay.
Around 10 or 11, and I've seen it written both ways, okay? The UK's 999, that's like our 911.
Okay.
All right. They receive a call from a man named Adam Gartree.
Okay.
He claimed that a mysterious man had thrown a large piece of rock at one of the windows of his house, located at Hattersley Estate in Mottram,
Okay.
east of Manchester, and he needed their assistance. 2 female police constables were
Show up.
dispatched to the address.
Okay.
Now, these 2 females are Fiona Bone, 32, and
Hold up, Bone.
yep, Fiona Bone.
Constable Bone.
Constable Bone.
Okay.
Bless her heart.
All
You
right.
know she got some shit for that
Oh,
one
Yeah.
on the force.
Yeah.
And then Nicola Hughes,
Okay.
23.
Okay.
Okay, 2 very young
2
women.
very young. Okay.
Yep. The 2 police constables were tasked, of course, with checking out the possible case of burglary. However, what awaited them was completely unexpected. As soon as Nicola and Fiona reach the location, they are welcomed by multiple gunshots fired towards them and an M75 hand grenade.
Oh.
Yep. By the time more backup arrived, it was too late. Fiona had died on the spot, while Nicola was still alive and was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, but was later pronounced dead as well. Mm-hmm.
And what was Dale doing there?
Oh, Dale. Dale. Now, this is the first time that 2 female officers had been killed while on duty in the UK.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It was a huge media case, and the public were not only mourning, but they were outraged.
Oh, I bet. They were pissed.
Yes. Let me tell you what I could find about the brave women who lost their life that day. Fiona Susan Bone was born on December 31st, 1979, in the city of Norwich, England, to Paul Bone. I don't know what her mother's name is, and I didn't know if maybe she wanted to keep it private. But I need a bone.
I'm sorry.
Maybe. What's interesting was that actually was Dale's mom's name.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. But she grew up in Scotland alongside her sister, Vicky. That's where she completed both her primary and secondary schooling after excelling academically and carving out her path. She joined the Greater Manchester Police, which was, remember, Dale's stepmother, essentially, was a policewoman in Greater Manchester Police. Yep. So Fiona joined in 2009, and she quickly became a valued and respected member of the force. Professionally, everything was on track.
Everything was going good.
Mm-hmm. And personally, she had big plans as well. She was in a long-term relationship with Claire, and the 2 had mapped out a future together, including Fiona's plan to adopt Claire's daughter, Jessie. And this is such a sad little detail, but I want to include this. Fiona was looking forward to everything ahead and had been working on their wedding invitations on the morning of September 18th, 2012. How awful is that? Yeah, that's bad. Nicola Hughes was born September 16th, 1988 to Bryn Hughes. And it's Brian. And both of their dads accept an award for them later in life. And so I think that's why their fathers' names are so readily available in the public, but not their mothers.
Not their mothers.
Yep, I could not find their mothers' names. And so I'm not intentionally leaving them out. It's just that they're not. Yep. And sometimes people don't go in the media, after such devastating losses and whatnot. But Nicola grew up in Oldham and Diggle they have such better names than we do.
Are so
Oldham
cool.
and Diggle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before attending Saddleworth High School in Upper Mill. After graduating, she continued her education at Huddersfield University. And Nicola joined the Greater Manchester Police the same year as Fiona in 2009. Okay. She was known for her warm, bubbly personality, as well as her impressive background as a karate champion. And would you like to show your shirt that you're wearing now? Aren't you wearing a Cobra Kai?
I'm wearing a Cobra Kai
shirt to the listeners who see us on camera?
Yep, got my Cobra Kai, yes.
As the police dug into the double homicide of Nicola and Fiona, they learned that a few minutes before they drove down to the house where they were killed, Dale Cregan had actually called the police line under the alias Adam Gartree. Yep. I wonder if that was his middle name and the name of the street he grew up on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is Dale up to? What's going on there?
Well, we find out real quick. Okay. Real quick. In a shocking clutch your pearls moment, immediately following the murders, Dale Cregan walks into the police and turns himself in. And isn't that ironic considering earlier you were joking?
Yeah.
But he really does do this, and he told the police that his reason for murdering police officers was because you were hounding my family, so I took it out on yours.
Damn.
And he resented the police for not taking David Short's threats against his family seriously. So he justified the attacks.
David was dead.
Sure was. Oh. I told you, he had a personal vendetta.
Dale is a very likable chap.
No, this is what I think went on. I think that he knew he could not stay in hiding from these 2 murders for long. And so he was going to do what he could to get back at the police for not doing more when his son was being threatened and everything. I think that that's why he was tired of being in hiding, and he's like,
well, this will do it.
Yep.
They ain't let me out this time.
That's how he justified the attacks on these two lovely constables.
Right.
Yep. Because he believed that they didn't do enough to protect his family.
Damn.
So he confesses to both of the murders of Miss Hughes and Miss Bone, and he's arrested and charged with murder.
Okay.
Well, then he's later charged with the murders of Mark and David Short. All of this seems, usual, right?
Right.
He's also charged with the attempted murders of the 3 other men in the Cotton Tree pub on the day of Mark Short's murders.
Okay.
That he injured them.
Yep.
And so, his trial, though, he confesses, but then after talking to counsel, he takes it back.
It's like, I was just joking.
Yep. So then they have to have a trial.
Okay.
And it's a 17-week trial. Okay. This is the trial I was talking about where he had to take out his false eye.
Yeah.
And then he wants to take a plea. So he changes his plea to not guilty to the murders of, he first pleads not guilty to their murders. And then he's on this video link and he's like, you know what? I'm going to plead guilty, whatever, as long as I can take a plea deal. So after all of that, he does end up taking a plea, to guilty for the murders of both police officers. All right. And this happens in 2013, February of 2013.
Okay.
Then May 22nd, 2013, he pleads guilty to the murders of father and son, David and Mark Short.
Okay.
Yep. And so he receives what they call a whole life prison sentence. And they did actually even charge him with attempted murder on Sharon Hark, because remember she was injured when David was murdered. But they dropped that. They end up dropping that, probably because they didn't need it.
Like,
they didn't.
At this point, he's not getting out yet.
It was a part of the plea that they would drop that.
Right.
So, yep.
Okay.
What I haven't told you thus far in this case, though, is that Dale didn't do any of this alone. So the police actually find his accomplices and charge him as well. Because remember I told you he went into hiding and he had accomplices help hide him after David Short's murder.
Yep.
So Luke Livesey, 28, Damian Gorman, 38, they were found guilty and they're part of the murder in Mark Short from the Cotton Tree pub incident. And then Jermaine Ward, 24, was convicted of killing David Short with Dale in August. So I just kind of wrapped them in because they were there accomplishing with them, but truly Dale was
the main man.
He was spearheading all of this, and can you imagine your life spiraling this fast after one text message from a guy named Leon?
Yeah, Liam. Yeah, or Leon.
Leon. Yeah, and you're just like, hey, it's Leon. Yeah. Someone slapped my mama, and now I want you to fuck up your life so bad that you'll not see the light of day again.
Yeah. He wasn't the sharpest. Dale wasn't the sharpest.
I just don't think so. And Fiona's father spoke out to the public, and he actually said, he's usually not for the death penalty, but in some circumstances he believes that it's a good idea, and this is one of them.
And the UK has the death sentence.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. He didn't get it in this. I would imagine maybe they do, and that's why he ended up changing his plea to guilty so that he wouldn't be. Like, but I didn't.
That might have been
that wasn't readily available to me. Okay. And according to reports, Dale went on a hunger strike in August 2013. Okay. Yep.
How'd that work out for Dale?
Not real great.
No.
Because they can force feed you.
Yes.
In the hunger strike, it's not pretty. No. Yep. And so.
I don't like that. That can't be a good time.
He in 2018, he does get moved to a different prison, and he was given access to snooker, otherwise known as pool, over here.
Oh, snooker. Okay.
Snooker. Yep.
Okay.
And tennis.
Oh.
But he's not loving. He's not loving the high secure hospital.
I'm not really into that.
No. As of today, He is reportedly housed in Ashworth High Secure Hospital in Liverpool, England.
Hospital?
Yeah, he was transferred to a mental hospital in December 2025.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And these are the last reports that I could find on him, because I was wondering, like, did he die? Did he not? But that was the last thing that I could find. And the last article was a magistrate saying, I don't give a toss why he was transported. He is where he deserves to be, and he doesn't deserve any energy.
I don't give a toss.
I don't give a toss.
I don't give a toss.
Yep. So another fun fact I found about him, in 2018, he was blocked from getting married in prison.
Really?
It's always just astounding to me that these pen pals turn into, conjugal visits turned into let's get married.
It's a real thing. Yeah.
Wes, of all of the crazy fish in the sea, you want the one that never is going to come home to you at night?
Yeah, people do do weird shit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And in a nice ending here, a memorial for Nicola and Fiona was placed in the Mottram Parish Church on the first anniversary of their murders in 2013, and their fathers accepted an award for them in November of 2024, honoring their sacrifice serving the public. Oh. Yes. So may they rest in peace. Yes. The others, like I said, they were technically victims, but they knew the dangerous game they were playing when they decided to have a vendetta.
It's a little hard to feel sorry for them.
It really is. My empathy is just not there. And in a funny brain bath story for you, I had a different one planned, but I found this today. I have to show this to you or read this to you. Okay. There's a whole Facebook group, or I guess it's called a group. I don't know. It's called Let's Not Date. Let's not date. And they posted this conversation back and forth between these two people. Okay, so let me read this to you. Are you really 35? ? And the answer is, a lot of people have been asking me that, and I'm starting to worry. Do you think my parents lied to me? And the person says, LOL, no, it's 'cause you're youthful. And she says, well, they said I was born in 1989. So the man, I'm assuming by these names it's male and female, but forgive me if it's not. The male says, do you feel 35? And she says, my bones don't ache and I'm not incontinent yet. And of course he says, and how's the sex drive? And she says, it depends on how many books are around, but you know how that goes, I'm sure. He says,
how many books?
Okay. He says, I have no idea what that means.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Not a clue. And she says, yet again, another reason why I believe these are a male and female role. And she says, quote unquote, me either, winky face. My earliest memories are around 1995. Do you think that's when I was actually born? What?
And he says, no, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's what's happening here.
And she says, I'm worried my parents might have lied about my birth year. It seems like they're trying to say they had another daughter who they murdered. So then, as to not get caught, they had me and raised me as if I were her. And he says,
holy shit.
How did you get that?
Yeah, where'd you come up with that?
And she says, what other possible explanation could there be for my gorgeous, youthful appearance? And he says,
lots of reasons.
Right? I mean, any other reason besides
care
that.
Of yourself.
Right.
You eat healthy, you exercise.
This one is the best. He says, well, you don't seem 35. You seem, by the way, seem is spelled wrong. You seem youthful and have a young, innocent look. It could be good genes. Jeans, not jeans, you guys.
Could be your jeans, yeah.
I'm like, oh, she's got some nice Levi's on? Like, what? And then he says, I think that you're mentally ill, unfortunately. And she responds, can't have it all, I suppose. And then she says, would you be willing to testify under full penalty of the law that there's no biological way I could possibly be 35 because my body is just too taut and my skin has the appearance of someone 5 years my junior?
Shit. Would you be willing to? And this is real.
Is this real?
This is real.
And he's all of a sudden you see where it says so and so has left the chat.
He's just like, I'm out.
I'm out.
He's out, man.
Would you be willing to testify under full penalty of the law that there's no biological way I could be 35?
Oh my God.
I loved it.
Oh, that's great.
I was really chuckling at his could be good genes.
Could be good
And
genes.
like
Jeans.
Jeans.
And she
Yep.
finally gets to the point. I need you to testify.
Yep. And I love how he's just like, you know what? I actually think you're mentally ill, unfortunately.
And what'd she say?
Can't have it all, I suppose.
Can't have it all.
She's like, listen,
Can't have
I'm
a hot-
gorgeous.
Yeah. Can't have a hot, what'd you say, taut body, and plus have your shit together upstairs.
Exactly. Nope.
Yeah.
It cannot be the same above as it is below.
It just can't be. Oh, shit.
That's
a good one.
That one was one of my favorites
That
that I
is
have found
awesome.
recently.
That is
So
a good one.
I thought you'd appreciate it, mostly because I feel like you've probably had similar conversations throughout your life at some point in
I'm
time
sure
and
I
could
have.
resonate with that.
Oh, yeah. I guarantee I've had conversations like that. Yeah.
Yep, I'm just like, I was dying. But anyway, well, we hope you all enjoyed this episode today. Thanks so much for listening. And we hope that you keep it curious. And Wes, this is where you say, and keep listening.
And keep listening.
And then I say, until next time. Then we say, bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, used to chase the tears in a different kind of grind, helping little ones leaving our old selves behind. Charnell, Jason, Megan, a trio strong and true, but the system wore us out, needed something fresh and new. So we flipped the script, found the mic and the beat. From deep investigations to stories bittersweet. Prosecutor, the judge, that's Megan on the mic. Charnell digs the dirt, makes sure the facts are right. Crime curious, yeah, that's the name we claim. Shaking our grief, fanning the curious flame. From global listeners to the brain bag we provide. Keep it curious, keep listening with nowhere to hide. Jason's got the wisdom and the jokes to make us smile. Keeps the energy flowing for every single mile. We dive into the dark where the mysteries reside, unraveling the truth with nowhere left to hide. Laws and evidence, Megan lays it down with grace, while Charnell's deep research sets the compelling pace. Crime curious, yeah, that's the name we claim. Shaking our grief, fanning the curious flame. From global listeners to the brain bag we provide. Keep it curious, keep listening with nowhere to hide. Don't ask about the raccoon, some secrets we just keep. But every week we're digging secrets buried deep. For every mind that wonders, for every soul that seeks, we're here to break it down in our Crime Curious Speaks. Crime Curious, yeah, that's the name we claim.